Hello and welcome back to another Explosive Space Engineers mod showcase video. Now if you haven't guessed already, this is the Passcode Meter and you can do some extreme Michael Bay shit with this stuff. Look at the explosion from this thing. Boom! Absolutely incredible. And what is it doing the explosion, you ask? Well, it's this tiny little thing down here. This little tiny button panel right here is how you do it. Now it's very hard to do because you can't actually do it on a little panel, so you can't actually change the particle type on a panel. You have to come to the little button itself and change it so you can see what it is. Let me just increase the scale bits like so, radius, that's all nice. And now let's change the actual explosion. So what do we have? Well, we have an absolute ton of options to choose from. So let's go with, I don't know. Let's go for material explosion. So if I come back and take a look, a material explosion. And then we have the options right below it to make it huge. Let's just do that. Giant explosion of materials. Boom, look at all that. That's just insane. It looks something like a little, you know, like how in Mass Effect, where you look at something from a distance, how everything is like rendered at half frame rate? That's what it looks like. Oh my god, let's just try and turn that down a little bit. Let's just decrease the size of that all the way down. Now, it doesn't really have any kind of impact on performance, which is really quite impressive actually. So here is a jet being close to the ground. So that's like when you have an atmospheric thruster, very, very close to the ground. What other stuff do we have on here? So if I come over to here, let's just take a look. Explosion missile. Oh, we all love the explosion missiles. Look at that dust cloud. Jesus Christ. Kaboom. Very pretty. So if you wanted to actually set up your own little like video, you know that little tool they haven't released yet, where you could like have AIs all set up in a certain pattern, so you can essentially make a little movie. With this mod, you can make some very incredible little stuff, like have an explosion on a ship and you're trying to escape. But until they release that tool, it's kind of limited on what you can do with this stuff. But let's take a look. This is the standard default thing. When you spawn it in, it'll start spawning this like so. That's the dummy one. It's basically so it doesn't use up any of your performance. This thing is very, very, very nice on performance. But then we have the more crazier stuff. If I come down here, so the more higher the particles, the more like drain it's going to have. So it's that grid destruction. Now that tanks the frame rate just a little bit. Boom. It's very great, isn't it? I absolutely love having it on maximum. The absolute maximum. It's like big, big, massive stuff. I want it giant, giant explosions everywhere. Let's go with, how about ground snow? So now it's suddenly like a mini snowstorm on Mars. Look at that. That's quite cool. So you could basically hide this underground so you don't see any of the flaily rocks and have yourself a little snowstorm. And then we have what's over here. Rock, a Gatling gun. So basically a Gatling gun hitting a rock, like so. We get a nice little puff of smoke. Great for a small explosion. Then we have, what else do we have down here? A ship grinder. So you know, oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. So basically when you grind your tool on something, you get little sparks, but now it's massive. Look, if I just zoom out my character a bit. So that's how big the actual little particle is. You can just about see me in there. It's giant, absolutely huge. Now if I can actually find the button, there's the actual panel. I think the button is somewhere over here. That's why I put the seat over here, just in case something like this actually happens. I just go to the control panel and just select it like so. Let's go for a meteor space fire. So that's pretty damn scary actually. Look at that, it's like a bloody apocalypse happening now. It's like just a massive storm of dark. What is going on around here? Is that destroying the world? No, it just looks like it. I thought it was actually taking away part of the actual dirt itself. But let's come down here and take a look what else. There's like tons of it. I can't go through everything because otherwise this video will be absolutely too long to upload. It already takes me a very long time to actually upload. But oxygen vent. Alright, that's not too great. But it still looks pretty cool. If you want to have like a geyser or something like that coming from like an ice, you could always have it like that. And should we do one more? Let's see what crazy stuff we can find on here. I think it's all the way at the bottom. We have, how about a dust storm? So if we zoom out here, look at that. Now that is crippling my frame rate quite a lot, but a giant dust storm is now on Mars. So if you hit that under the ground, That would look very cool, actually. Very cool. Just have a dust storm coming into your base, have a little bit of RP going on in there. It's something I've always wanted to do with this channel, is do like a little RP, like let's play type adventure thing. But with this block, you could have some really interesting stuff. So I might consider that in the future, because it could be quite interesting. I know I said one more thing, but it is really cool. Let's have, ooh, I don't know, a large gunshot. Ah, that's not too interesting. That's not a very good one then. We want a big kaboom. Planet crash. No, we want fire and shit. Explosive warhead 50. There we go. Look at that. It's like we just nuked half the planet. I am trying to zoom out. There's my little oh, Jesus Christ. That's my character right there. And that's the explosion. Look at the fallout. It's like if nukes hit actual fallout in like the Fallout games. Just bomb Mars. Because I mean, there is a station somewhere around here. That is absolutely huge and incredible. I do recommend you try it yourself. It's in the description below if you want to try it out. I do recommend you do. Do be aware that some of the particles can be very intensive, so if you do have a weak graphics card, it will tank your system quite a lot. But as always, I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.